So good afternoon, friends. Am I audible and visible? Please confirm.
Yes, sir.
So how are you doing?
Good, sir.
Good. Okay, great.
Good.
Okay. So we can start, friends. So yesterday we talked about the alternative investment. So we saw that why anyone would use alternative investment in his or her portfolio, because it provides diversification then. That is something which we have already learned. Now let me talk about the different kind of alternative investments. Okay, so let me read them. So first one is hedge fund. So what are hedge funds? As we discussed, or if we talk about mutual fund schemes, I hope everyone understand what is mutual fund scheme, at least basic of mutual fund. So what happens, for example, there are a lot of investors. There are a lot of people who want diversified portfolio, but they are with limited capital and limited knowledge. So what they can do, an intermediary can come in between, and that intermediary actually manages the money. Okay, that intermediary actually manages the money, and this intermediary actually invests that money. So this is called what? This is a mutual fund arrangement. So this is pooled investment scheme only. It means money is being pooled here. You can see. देखिए यहाँ पर पैसा क्या है, इकट्ठा किया जा रहा है, एक कॉर्पस बनाया गया, पूल किया गया मनी को, and that is actually invested in different instruments, different assets according to the mandate provided to that particular fund. Okay, so that is what mutual fund. Now when we talk about mutual fund, there are very stringent guidelines. So for example, what they cannot do, for example, they cannot take a short position, they cannot take leverage. Okay, so there are a lot of things. But when we talk about hedge funds, so there are no So there are no as such restrictions on hedge funds. Okay, so what these hedge funds actually do, so again they are pulling the money, but they use a variety of strategies. They use what? A variety of strategies, and they might be leveraged. So that is the difference between hedge funds and the mutual fund. So if we talk about mutual fund, in case of mutual fund, no one can take short position. So short selling is not allowed. Can anyone tell me what do we mean by short selling?
Selling the stock.
Selling the stock. We don't have the stock, but we are selling the stock. So that is basically short selling. So even short selling is not allowed in case of what? In case of mutual fund. But what happens in case of hedge funds? We can take it. We can take long positions. Long positions means we can buy. What do we mean by short positions? It means we can first sell. So that kind of things are possible where? That kind of things are possible in case of hedge funds. Now different hedge funds can use different strategies. there can be different strategies, like event driven strategies, relative value strategies, macro hedge strategies, equity hedge strategies. So there can be different strategies. So what are these strategies? So let me read these strategies from here. Okay, so what are these different strategies? You can see. Now, equity hedge. What do we mean by hedge? Hedging means, for example, we are managing the risk. So it means, let us say that I have some long position. मैंने कोई कुछ खरीद रखा है and I do not want to sell it. I do not want to sell it. इसको इस तरीके से समझिए. For example, if I talk about Indian markets, so what is the meaning of hedge? So sometimes it applies here, sometimes we see. So for example, I bought a stock at 100 rupees 6 months back. Now the price is 120. So there is return of 120. Yes. So we have earned 20 rupees. But let us say I have not sold this stock yet. 6 महीने के बाद भी मैंने ये स्टॉक अभी सेल नहीं किया. And I do not want to sell it before 1 year. मान लीजिए इंडिया के अंदर अगर हम टैक्स की बात करते हैं, so there is short term. If we hold any share for less than 1 year, if we hold any share for less than 1 year, so we have to pay short term capital gain tax. If we hold it for long term, so we have to pay long term capital gain tax. Now I am saying in 6 months the price has become how much? 120. I want to sell this share at 120, but I am not selling it, because if I will sell it after 6 months only, so which taxation will be applicable on me? That is short-term capital gain tax. It means I have to pay a lot of tax on this 20 rupee of earning. And at the same time, मुझे क्या लग रहा है that if I wait for more time period, then there is a possibility that again the stock price comes down. हो सकता है price क्या चला जाए, नीचे चला जाए. There is a possibility. Okay, so if this happens, so I will lose the profit. So what I want that in any situation my profit should be 20 rupees. My profit should be 20 rupees. So what I can do, I can take an opposite position in any other market. We call it as derivative market. You will do it in very detail if you will do the derivative. So what I will do there, I will take a short position there. So this is my long position because I have bought it. Yes, yes.
So there is fluctuation.
Yes, yes, please.
Yes, sir. Sir, your audio is not clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just a minute. My audio is not clear. Just a minute. Is it fine now? Please, can you confirm? Is it fine now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, what do we mean by it? You will learn this hedge in very detail in case of derivative. So what happens? It means we take one long position, and we take one short position. So that kind of thing we do. So if we buy something, we call it as long position. If we sell first, we call it as short position. So whenever the word will be used short means this only. So there are different strategies under this head, equity hedge. So for example, we have market neutral. Now what happens here? We take some long positions, we take some short positions, and we take long positions and short positions more or less equal. So what we do, we take long positions which are undervalued. Logically think, if anything is undervalued, I will buy it. I will say that price will increase in future, so I should buy it. So I will take long position of the undervalued stocks. In short position, what happens? I short. It means I take the short position in overvalued securities. Logically think, if the fair price of anything is 100 and it is trading at 120. So logically think, what I will say, the fair value of this is 100 only. So why I should be ready to pay 120? So I should not do it. Rather, what will happen in future, the price will come down to 100 because right now it is overvalued. So what I do, I take long position of undervalued and short position of you can say either overvalued stocks. Okay, so what type of position we create? We create a neutral position. It means जितनी हमने long की है उतनी ही हम लोग short करते हैं. So ultimately this kind of strategy we use. So that is market neutral. Now there is another, that is long short growth. Again, what is happening here? We are taking long positions, we are taking short positions, but these long positions are a bit more than the short positions. So in net we are long. तो जितनी हमने long positions लिए वो ज्यादा है in comparison to this short positions. तो net में क्या होता है? Net में हम लोग long पर रहते हैं. Fundamental value. In this, what happens? So these hedge funds try to find out that companies which are overlooked by most of the manager. Okay. It means हमें लगता है कि इस कंपनी में दम है. Although it is overlooked by most of the managers are not looking at this particular company, but what I am believing, okay, this company will do wonders. Right now it is not doing good, but definitely it will do good. So that kind of strategy I am following. So that kind of companies I try to find out. So this is what? This is fundamental value strategy. Short biased. It means here, yes.
I have a doubt.
Yes.
You told now we take a short position on the overvalued securities.
Mm-hmm.
So usme you told that supposing example that the stock price is priced at 120 but its actual value is 100.
Okay.
तो वो हम fair value determine या assign कैसे कर सकते हैं? Like how
उसके लिए
do we
तो
calculate?
उसके लिए तो हम पूरी वैल्यूएशन करते हैं ना. So question is how do I know that what is the fair value? So for that we do the valuation, that what should be the value of this particular stock, and this is a very lengthy process. And in level 2, if we talk about equity, so you will learn about valuation.
Okay. So okay, fine. Okay. So that valuation is my analysis on what the stock price should be, and based on that, I think that it is overvalued or undervalued.
Yes. Okay. Now short biased. So here we use some quantitative models to short overvalued securities. So we use certain models, for example, the hedge fund. See, if we talk about level 1, the aim of level 1 is that you understand the different terminologies and you have basic knowledge of all the concepts. Okay, so the purpose of level 1 is that. Once you move to level 2, so what happens? So application comes. So for example, in this level 1, you will learn about, okay, equity. So what is equity? What are the techniques? Okay, what is discounted cash flow technique, for example? What are other techniques? But in level 2, when you will go, you will do it in detail. It is like that. Here in level 1, portfolio management is there, limited. In level 2, it will be detailed. Fixed income securities, here basic, it will be in detail in the second level. Okay. Now sector specific. Again, the fund manager, the hedge fund manager might think, okay, this particular sector, this particular specific factor is going to outperform in the future. So let I build a strategy that I put most of my money in this sector. So that kind of strategy can also be created. Answer is yes. So we are talking about different kind of hedge funds. So what kind of different kind of strategies can be created? Okay, Nandini, is it fine?
Yes.
Sharvil, is it fine? Okay. Now again, there can be event driven strategies, as the name says, event. It means some event happen and hedge fund manager try to encash that event. So for example, merger arbitraging. So for example, there are two companies, company A, company B. This is acquirer and this is acquired. There are these two companies. Generally what happens? Yes, Sharvil, yes.
Sir, so since hedge funds can randomly, they don't have a limitations like mutual funds. So are there any chances of Punji schemes which can happen?
That is why when we talked about the due diligence yesterday, so ultimately it is our onus to find out the track record, to look at the track record of the manager. What is the, we can say, if we say for how much time period they are working. So it is our onus. So yes, there can be that kind of schemes also. It means there, and because there are high chances that ultimately your money will be gone. So that is why our expectation from hedge fund is very high. And that is why it is not for retail investors. Okay. Now, for example, there are two companies, company A, company B. Company A is thinking of acquiring this. So generally what happens when this news comes? So generally what happens, the prices of this acquired goes up and the prices of this acquiring company goes down. Why it happens? Because if this company want to take the controlling stake in this company, so they pay premium. They pay premium to that. And because they are paying premium to this, they will pay premium to this acquired to acquire the controlling stake. So ultimately value increases. And at the same time, if this acquirer is paying extra premium to acquire controlling stake, so it means the value of this company is coming down because they are paying something extra, which is a cost to this company. So generally prices comes down. So what hedge fund manager can do, they can just look at these kind of, you can say, events. So what they will do, they will buy stake in these kind of companies which will be acquired and they can take short position here. So this kind of thing they can do. So that is merger arbitraging. Distressed restructuring. It means what is happening, those companies which are distressed, which are on the verge of bankruptcy basically. Okay, so what happens? These hedge fund managers try to find out opportunity in that kind of companies. What they see that, okay, their bonds are also trading at a higher discount. Their bonds are trading at higher discount because it is nearly bankruptcy. So everyone is thinking that this company is not going to pay to its debt also. So hedge fund manager thinks because they are available at a very cheap price, because the bonds are available at a very cheap price, so let me buy it. So ultimately they do this kind of investing. So that is distressed restructure. Special situation. So again, there can be some special events, like as you can connect it with these two only. There is a bankruptcy, there is merger, there is acquisition. So any kind of special situation arises. Now activists can be there. So manager secures sufficiently equity holding to influence a company's policy and then directing the company to generate certain outcome. So what happens there? The fund manager, for example, a company is not doing good. A company is not doing good right now. So these fund manager think that if somehow they come into the management, this company has potential to grow. This company has very good potential, but the management is not doing right. So somehow if they come into the management, so they will change certain things and ultimately this company will do wonder. So what happens? So they acquire, the manager acquired sufficient equity holding. Once they have sufficient equity holding, so what they can do now, they can influence the decision of the company. So they will influence the decisions of the company and they will make sure that whatsoever they are thinking of, it is done. And if it is done, then there are chances that ultimately this company will do wonder. So that kind of activism can be there. So these are different hedge fund strategies we are talking about. Now there can be relative valuation strategies. So for example, convertible bond arbitrage. So what we are doing here, buying convertible debt securities and selling common stock. So again, we are doing some kind of arbitraging. What we are doing, what are the convertible debentures which will be converted into equity after some time. So what we do, we buy the debt today. We know it will be converted into equity after some point of time, and it will be converted into equity at a discounted price in comparison to the market generally. And also what we do, we take a short position. So in this manner, we are creating two different positions. Here I am just buying it. Here I am just selling it. So what will happen? Ultimately, I will earn some profit. So this kind of thing we are doing.
Yes, I didn't understand this. Convertible arbitrage fixed income का बात कर रहे थे ना?
Yes.
I didn't quite get that. Like I understood कि जो debenture है वो over time converted to equity shares at a discounted rate, but वो short position लेने का idea.
हाँ, अगर मान लीजिए कुछ मिस प्राइसिंग है, हम कहते हैं कि कॉमन स्टॉक जो है वो ओवर प्राइस्ड है. कॉमन स्टॉक जो है वो ओवर प्राइस्ड है. इक्विटी शेयर्स आर ओवर प्राइस्ड. So we know in the long time period it will come to its correct price. So let me take the short position here. And also we buy convertible debentures. So they will be converted into equity. So somehow I will be having equity. And there are chances that these convertible debentures will be converted into equity at a discounted price. And if this common stock is overpriced, so in some time value will come down, so I can generate profit from these two positions. Answer is yes. So that is basically convertible bond arbitrage. Is this point clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now fixed income. So again, what is happening? Hedge fund manager is simply investing in fixed asset class, but they try to find out the mispricing. So again, on the fixed income securities, they valuation can happen in anything. So for example, you want to sell a house, valuation can be for house, valuation can be for gold, valuation can be for, you can say, equity, valuation can be for debt, valuation can be for derivative product. So everything has some value. So hedge fund manager is trying to take the position in the fixed income securities. Okay, and they try to encash the mispricing. So this ABS, mortgage back, all these things will come in detail in case of debt. We can say fixed income. So we are not discussing them for the time being. So you can see, okay, these are fixed income instruments. Now volatility, some hedge fund, what they can do? These strategies involve go long or short volatility. So again, there are some derivative product. In the derivative product, we have options. There is some product called options. So when you will be learning the derivatives, so you will get to know what are options. So when there is high volatility, it means fluctuations are high. What is better? It is better to buy the options, because there are chances that we can earn profit if volatility is high. And if what happens, if volatility is low, what we should do, we should sell the options, because there are chances that ultimately our options will not be exercised, so we will get profit. So for the time being, what you can do, you can see, you can learn this thing only if volatility is high. If volatility is high, think of buying options. Buying options. If volatility is low, think of selling options.
So selling option means be the writer of the option. Yeah.
Writing of the option.
Like buy, or we have to buy the right to sell.
It means when we are selling options, it means we have obligation to honor the other's party, right? It means if we are taking put option or if we are taking call option, I'm not using, I was not thinking of using the words, because there are a lot of people who do not know about this derivative things. So what it means, I am just selling of them. I am taking short position in options. And why I am taking short positions? Because there is less movement, so there are less chances that they will be exercised. Is this point clear?
मतलब सर डेरिवेटिव्स यूज ही नहीं करने हैं वो टाइम पे, वैसे आप बोल रहे हो कि डू नॉट इन्वेस्ट इन डेरिवेटिव्स?
नहीं, डेरिवेटिव के यूज करने हैं, लेकिन डेरिवेटिव्स की स्ट्रेटेजी बनानी है। वॉलेटिलिटी हाई है तो ऑप्शंस को बाय कर लो।
ओके।
और वॉलेटिलिटी लेस है तो ऑप्शंस को राइट कर दो, इसका मतलब सेल कर दो। ऑप्शंस को सेल करेंगे तो हमें प्रीमियम मिलेगा। तो अगर वॉलेटिलिटी कम है तो चांसेस कम है कि हमें हमारा ये ऑप्शन एक्सरसाइज होगा, तो ये प्रीमियम एज इट इज हमारे पास रह जाएगा। करेक्ट ना?
मतलब हम ऑप्शन सेल करेंगे तो दूसरा पार्टी बाय करेगा और उसका प्रीमियम हमारे पास रह जाएगा, बिकॉज कम चांसेस है कि वो एक्सरसाइज करेगा, वैसा।
बिल्कुल एग्जैक्टली। Okay, so those people who do not know about derivative products, so for the time being, they can simply learn this thing, and once you will be doing these options in detail, that is call option, put option, so you will understand it very easily. Okay, so there are different strategies. Again, there can be strategies on the basis of equity, currency, commodity, fixed income. Okay, so there can be macro hedge funds. So what happens here? These funds try to identify economic trend which might be, so these hedge fund, it means they are open. If they are finding that there is an uptrend in the commodity, they will take long position in commodity. If they find a better opportunity in fixed income securities, so they will take opportunity in fixed income securities. Managed futures. So here what happens? A lot of future positions are taken. So CTA means Commodity Traders Association. So it means there are derivative products on the commodities. So in this strategy, what happens? A lot of futures are purchased and sold, and profit is earned. So these are different hedge fund strategies. It means there can be different kind of funds. So all these funds, if we talk about, these are different kind of funds. Okay. Now when we talk about hedge fund indexes, so question is, what do we mean by index? I hope you have heard about Sensex.
Yes.
Okay. So what is Sensex?
It indicates top 100 companies for BSE.
Top 100 company.
Top 30 companies of India.
Yes.
On the basis of the market valuation.
Yeah, sorry, 30.
Okay. Anything else?
It indicates for BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange.
Okay. So let us see. See, how many stocks are listed on exchange? Do you understand what is exchange?
Over 5,500.
Exchange is a place where the indexes are traded, like NSE or BSE. Those are the exchanges.
Okay. Okay. Let I explain you. Let I explain you in brief. What happens? Let us say there is a company. This is company ABC. This company wants money, and this company wants to raise money from us, people like you and me. It comes to us, it comes up with a prospectus. तो ये बताते हैं कि देखो हमारा क्या बिजनेस है, हम क्या क्या करते हैं, सब कुछ. They talk all these things. For example, we invest our money in this company. So because we are investing our money in this company is giving us ownership. So we are buying shares in this company. So this company is actually giving us what? Ownership. So equity shares means ownership only. Is it done? So we have given money to ABC. So ABC is saying, okay, according to the proportion which you have contributed, you have become owner in our company. So you are an owner in the company. So we are very happy. Although, for example, we have purchased only one share, then too we are owner in the company. So after 2 years of investment, for example, to explain you the index, I am just talking about all these things. Okay. After 2 years of investment, you want to exit from there. You want your money back. तो आप लोग क्या करते हैं? कंपनी के पास जाते हैं, उनसे कहते हैं कि भाई हमने आपको जो पैसा दिया था, गिव अस आवर मनी बैक. जो भी 2 साल के अंदर हमारा प्रॉफिट बनता है वो हमें करके दे दीजिए. My question to you, will this ABC refund your money? Will
No.
this ABC
No, sir.
Why? But this is your money. This is your money. Why not?
सर हमारे पास इक्विटी ओनरशिप है ना सर.
तो मैं कह रहा हूँ कि ओनरशिप अपने पास रखिए और मेरा पैसा दे दीजिए मुझे.
सर वो तो नहीं देंगे ना, क्योंकि उन्होंने सर अपना पैसा कंपनी ने उठा लिया मार्केट से. उसके बदले हमें उन्होंने ये दे दिए. जब तक वो बाय बैक ना लाए या तो फिर अपने आप को डीलिस्ट ना करवाए बोर्ड मीटिंग से, तब तक तो कुछ नहीं हो सकता. तब तक हमें सिर्फ इक्विटी मिलेगा.
डीलिस्ट ना करवाए. ओके. हाँ जी. और कुछ? वाई?
और आई थिंक जब भी वो प्रोस्पेक्टस या ऐसा कुछ बनता है, once the money is in the company, it's used for the various reasons that are listed on the prospectus, जिसके लिए they are raising funds, like IPO हो गया, तो funds आ गए, they have a specific reason after these funds are going to get used in all of this, so probably those funds are used and ownership रहेगा, but secondary market में they can trade those stocks.
Okay.
Company पैसा नहीं देगा.
Okay. Okay. So let us understand it. So what will happen here? So if you go to the company and ask your money back, company will simply say no, I cannot give your money. You will say कि मैं तो कोर्ट में जाके केस कर रहा हूं, हमारा पैसा और आप हमें हमारा पैसा वापस नहीं कर रहे. Company will say, okay, wheresoever you want to go, you just go there. Court will also say, okay, company ABC cannot give your money back. Because when company gave you ownership, so company assumed that you will remain owner in this company till forever. So now you are shocked to listen that, okay, your money is blocked till infinite. It means you will get your money back at the time of dilution of this company. तो आप कहेंगे अगर ये कंपनी बंद होने के टाइम पर ही आपको आपका पैसा वापस मिलेगा, तो क्या हमने पैसा बंद कंपनी, जो कंपनी बंद हो जाएगी उसको उसके लिए पैसा दिया, फंडिंग की है? आप कहेंगे ये तो बहुत गलत हो गया. दिस इज सो रॉन्ग. But what this ABC company says, company ABC says that I cannot give your money because whatsoever money you have given to us, we have invested it in business. So how can I withdraw money from the business and how I can give that money to you? If I withdraw money from the business, so it will impact the business. So it will be a problem for the whole business. If it is a problem for the whole business, it means it is a problem for all the owners. So now you will say, okay, but then ABC says, okay, I cannot give your money back, but I have created but I can do one arrangement. If you sell your equity to any other person, if you sell your equity to any other person, then I will accept it. It means I have no problem if you sell your equity shares to any other one. What you do, you just sell your equity shares to any other one and you just give that information to us, so we will consider it. We don't have any problem. It means we don't have role in this transaction. We don't have any role in this transaction, but you just send us the information. So in my books of accounts now, what I will do, instead of you, I will record them as the owner. तो आप डील करने के बाद इंफॉर्मेशन भेज देना और हम अपनी बुक्स में आपका नाम हटाकर इनका नाम लिख लेंगे. So you say, okay, but now you say, where I will find out that kind of person who will buy the shares from me? ये ढूंढू कहां पे? And at what price I will do the transaction? So again, what this ABC says, this ABC company says, For that also, let I do an arrangement for you. There is a marketplace. There is a marketplace. And what happens in this marketplace? People who want to buy and sell these kind of shares only. For example, let us say, if we talk about India, let us say, if we talk about Moradabad. So Moradabad is famous for what? Moradabad is famous for what? We call it as Pital Nagri. We call it as Pital Nagri. So what happens if we go to that market? So those people who trade in this Pital, only they will come. They come. So if that kind of people come, so there is a great possibility that your transaction happens. So in the same manner, if there is a market, which deals in these kind of securities only, here a lot of buyers and sellers comes who deal in these kind of securities only. So there are chances that you will find buyer for your ownership. Yes. So we call this marketplace as exchange. Is this point clear? So we call this marketplace as exchange. So exchange is a place where the securities are traded. But now, for any security to be traded on this marketplace, they have to get them registered. They have to get, if ABC wants to provide a platform here, if ABC want that share of his company should trade here, so what they will do, they will first do the registration in the exchange, and we call it as listing. So ABC gets listed on exchange. Okay, now exchange is providing the facility that the shares of this ABC can be traded. Is this point clear? So this is the exchange. So when we call Bombay Stock Exchange or National Stock Exchange, so what are these? These are the exchanges. Is this point clear? Harsh, is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Sanjay, no, Shanai.
Yes, sir.
Shanai. Okay. This is Shanai.
Shanai.
Okay. Okay. Janvi, is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So this happens. So now, when I asked how many companies shares are listed, so on Bombay Stock Exchange, I think more than 6,000 companies are listed. It means Bombay Stock Exchange provide facilities for trading for more than 6,000 companies, and National Stock Exchange over
Then 3,200, I think so.
32, more than 2,500. So if you are saying 32, let me keep this. Okay. So these are the exchanges. So now, what is happening on the basis of demand and supply, the share prices are determined. On the basis of demand and supply, the share prices are determined. Now, for example, in Bombay Stock Exchange, there are 6,000 companies which are listed. I want to look at the movement. I want to see on an average, what is the movement in this market, whether on an average market is going up, on an average, the prices are going up or going down. That is something which I want to see. Now, it is very time consuming, costly, a lot of complications are there. So what this Bombay Stock Exchange does, they take a sample of For example, 30 companies. Out of these 6,000 companies, they take a sample of how many companies? 30 companies. Out of these 6,000 companies on the basis of certain criteria. I am not discussing the criteria. So it is not solely on valuation, market valuation. There are some other factors as well. So what they do, they just take out 30 companies. Yes. So what is happening now? These 30 companies are selected in such a manner so that they are replicating the performance of these 6,000 companies only. They are replicating the performance of these 6,000 companies. So if this goes up, so it means on an average market is going up. If the portfolio value of these 30 companies is going down, so we call it as that market is going down. So this sample is called as, for example, index. And when we talk about Sensex, so Sensex is this only. So Sensex has 30 companies. So out of all the companies which are listed on Bombay Stock Exchange, 30 companies are selected, and they are selected in such a manner so that it replicates the whole market performance. So we call it as index. So it means we are selecting different securities and we are creating an index. So that is the meaning of index. क्या ये point clear होता है? Index होता क्या है? Nandini, is it fine?
Yes.
Sarthak, is it done? Okay. So when we talk about hedge fund index, so जैसे अभी हमने इक्विटी मार्केट का इंडेक्स बनाया था, उसी तरीके से मान लीजिए बहुत सारे हेज फंड्स हैं. There are hedge funds, a lot of hedge funds are there. So I want to create an index. So I will take certain securities, certain hedge fund. On the basis of those certain hedge fund, I will say, okay, this is the index of hedge fund. So there are some problems. There are some bias. It means that index can be biased. Why? First is that if we talk about this hedge fund scheme, hedge funds, there is no as such regulation. We are talking from the point of view of US only, because this CFA is more or less based on CFA regulations, CFA guide, we can say standards and everything, laws. So these hedge funds are not required to show their performances mandatorily. Okay, these hedge funds are not required to disclose their performance data to this hedge fund index. So they are not they are not required to show it. If they want to present their performance to these hedge fund indexes, they can give the performance to these hedge fund indexes, but there is no such obligation. So logically think, if only some index funds have provided information related to their performance to the index, it means where index is created. So index will be based on what? Only on these funds only. Rest of the funds which are not presenting their performance, so they are not included. So it doesn't tell us this index. If that index is created out of only, we can say, selected some securities, some hedge funds only, so this is not showing the correct picture. This is not showing the correct picture. Okay, then backfill bias. What is that? Now what happens? For example, I am selecting a security in this index because this security is doing great. There is a hedge fund which is doing great, so it now meet the criteria of the index, So this security is included in this index. So what will happen? Accordingly, the historical index will also be adjusted. जो पूरी हिस्ट्री रही है इंडेक्स की उसको भी एडजस्ट किया जाएगा. अब लॉजिकली देखिए, क्योंकि इसने क्राइटेरिया को मीट किया है तो चांसेस है कि इसकी परफॉर्मेंस अच्छी रही होगी, और अगर अच्छी रही होगी तो उसने पूरे की पूरी हिस्ट्री को भी क्या दिखा दिया कि हेज फंड से अच्छी रिटर्न आती है. So that kind of biasness can be there. Survivorship bias. There are a lot of hedge funds which get closed because it is very highly risky instrument. So for example, these many are closed. Only these are available. So those which are closed, they will not come into the index. तो जब उनको हम ले ही नहीं रहे हैं, so again we are biased. We are just showing the performance of only those hedge funds which are surviving, and they are surviving. It means they are better. तो इनकी performance तो बिल्कुल छूटी गई है. So these kind of biasness can be there when we build hedge fund indexes. Okay. I hope these 3 points are clear. Sahil, is it done?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now again, see why we were including the hedge funds in our portfolio, because we said that this is an alternative investment tool, and if we include alternative investment tools in our portfolio, so they give us what? They give us you can say diversification benefit, because generally their correlation is not perfectly positive. Their correlation is not perfectly positive, rather there can be negative correlation. But what happens when there are financial crises? So when there is financial crisis, what happens? Performance of all the asset class generally comes down. So it means they have very high positive relationship. So it means in case of crisis, जो diversification benefit हम सोच के बैठे थे वो तो मिलेगा ही नहीं, सभी कुछ down हो गया. So that kind of problem is there. So due diligence, we discussed it yesterday. What is due diligence? इसका मतलब हमें क्या करना चाहिए जब हम hedge fund को देखेंगे कि क्या स्ट्रेटेजी वो अडॉप्ट कर रहे हैं, क्या प्रोसेस है, उनकी कॉम्पिटिटिव एडवांटेज क्या है, ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड क्या है, कितने टाइम से चल रहा है ये फंड, कितना साइज है. ठीक है, तो इन सब चीजों को हम क्या करेंगे, देखेंगे, रीड करेंगे. सो दिस इज हेज फंड.
सर एक्सक्यूज मी सर. सर जिस पर हेज फंड में रिटेल इन्वेस्टर तो इन्वेस्ट नहीं कर पाता सर, लेकिन म्यूचुअल फंड्स में आप कह रहे थे कि एफएनओ की जो पोजीशंस होती है वो मतलब म्यूचुअल फंड्स नहीं रख पाते. लेकिन सर मतलब जिस म्यूचुअल फंड में सर मतलब मैं इन्वेस्ट करता हूँ सर, उसमें मैंने देखा हुआ उसके पोर्टफोलियो में सर एफएनओ की पोजीशंस कुछ रखी है उन्होंने सर.
उन्होंने कुछ रखी हैं, तो वो अकॉर्डिंग टू गाइडलाइंस होंगी कि इतना आप रख सकते हैं, या फिर हेजिंग करने के लिए रख सकते हैं. आप ब्लैंक शॉर्ट सेल नहीं कर सकते. और वो जो भी कुछ है, क्योंकि वो इंडिया में ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं, तो वो इंडिया के अकॉर्डिंग है. तो वो गाइडलाइंस टाइम टू टाइम चेंज होती रहती है.
और सर म्यूचुअल फंड इन्वेस्ट कर सकता है हेज फंड्स में. हमारे फंड्स को सर म्यूचुअल फंड में अगर हम इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं तो वहां से उठा के वो कुछ पोजीशंस टू मिटिगेट द रिस्क हेज फंड में इन्वेस्ट कर सकता है क्या?
देखिए जनरली इंडिया की अगर हम बात करते हैं तो म्यूचुअल फंड्स हेज फंड में इन्वेस्ट नहीं करते, क्योंकि वहां पर अगर एक हेज फंड है, हेज फंड जो मैनेज कर रहे हैं उनकी भी कॉस्टिंग होगी, और फिर ये म्यूचुअल फंड मैनेज कर रहे हैं, इनकी भी कॉस्टिंग होगी. तो इसका मतलब दो जगह कॉस्टिंग लग रही है ना.
यस सर.
तो वो भी एक प्रॉब्लम है. तो ऐसा लेकिन होता है, देयर कैन बी फंड ऑफ फंड्स आल्सो. देयर इज अ कांसेप्ट ऑफ फंड्स ऑफ फंड्स. सो व्हाट हैपेंस in case of funds? For example, there is ABC mutual fund, and what happens, this ABC mutual fund has different schemes. For example, if we talk about HDFC mutual fund, so that HDFC mutual fund has a lot of schemes, different schemes. So this HDFC mutual fund might create one more scheme, and they might say, okay, let we invest 20% in this scheme, 20% in this scheme, 20% in this scheme, and so on. So what is happening? These schemes are managed. So one separate scheme is created, and again that scheme is investing in the other schemes. So we call that kind of fund as fund of fund. So what is the problem with this fund of fund? So there will be management fees here, and there will be management fees here also. Yes. So that is fund of fund concept. Is it fine, Sahib?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now we come here. Now there can be private equity funds. So this is the next alternative investment. So generally these private equity funds, what they do, they try to find out the opportunities generally in private companies, although they can invest in listed companies also. It is not restricted to that. So the purpose why, what these private equity fund do, they are not bothered about the listed companies which are matured companies, because they know the growth rate is limited there. They know if there is a small business that can grow, the potential of growth is very high. So generally funds are created, and these funds, what they do, they explore that kind of opportunities where growth chances are very high. Okay. So they finance their assets, and also what they can do, they can take debt also. So what happens, these funds take debt. So we call them as leverage buyout basically also. Okay. This category include venture capital fund also. So it means there can be that kind of funds which are giving capital to the businesses which are in their very initial stages. Which are in their very, very initial stages. It means, for example, idea is just thought of. So they are funding those ideas also. So it can be there. Okay.
Again, there is
so
some
now,
confusion.
what is this leverage? Yes, yes. Can you come again, Harsh?
So your voice fluctuating.
Is it fluctuating with everyone now also?
No, now it's clear.
Okay, okay. Now I think.
पहले fluctuate कर रही थी थोड़ी सी. Now it's clear.
Okay, okay, okay. Great. So leverage buyouts, there is a concept called. So what happens in leverage buyouts? So leverage is taken, loan is taken, and then we are buying ownership. So this leverage buyout can have two more things. One is management buyout and one is management buy-ins. Okay. So what is this management buyout? So for example, this is a company and it has management. There is some management. Now this company is thinking to sell itself. So what happens? The management of this company, they just try to buy this company. It means जो इस कंपनी की मैनेजमेंट है वो खुद इसको खरीदने की सोच रही है. तो वो क्या करेंगे, अलग अलग इन्वेस्टर्स से बात करेंगे, फंड्स को मोबिलाइज करेंगे और वो क्या करेंगे, जिस कंपनी में वो काम कर रहे हैं, जिस कंपनी की वो मैनेजमेंट है, उसी को खरीदने की कोशिश करेंगे. दैट इज मैनेजमेंट बायआउट्स. नाउ मैनेजमेंट buy-ins, there can be management buy-ins.
So can you explain management buyouts again?
Yes. So we know that ownership and management are two different things. So for example, the owners of this company wants to sell their stake. Now what this management think? that if this company is bought by any other person, so there might be a possibility that the business will not be that much smooth as it is right now. There might be problems, and this management is thinking that we are doing good, and ultimately if we are in the same company, then we can do wonder. So what we do, instead of anyone else buying this company, what we do, let we try to make the arrangement and let the management buy this particular company. So this is management buyout. Okay, what is management buying? So there is a company again. Now there is management. So what happens? There is another management. But they want to replace this management. They know that if they are able to replace this management is not doing good, then this company will be very good investment. So ultimately this management take the controlling stake in this company and replaces the existing management of this company. So we call it as management buy-ins. Okay, now, so when we talk about venture capital, so there can be different stages. Formative stage, it means the very initial stage, very early stages if we talk about. Okay, there can be again seed stage, there can be later stage, expansion, and there can be mezzanine stage, that is IPO. It means once the company is expanded, everything has happened. So now what is happening, for example, the existing owners want to get more and more value and they come up with an IPO. So for example, if we talk about Paytm, so earlier some angel investors were there. Then what happens? More and more investors came, more and more private equity funds invested in that in that Paytm. Okay, then what happened ultimately? So every owner, if we talk about now, they want to sell the stake and they want to earn money, so they came up with an IPO. So ultimately they got their value. तो जितनी उन्होंने इन्वेस्टमेंट की थी उससे कई गुना उनको क्या मिल गया, रिटर्न मिल गया. So that is mezzanine stage. Okay, so this is something. Now, how this private equity fund can exit from their investment? So this is a private equity fund. It has invested in some company ABC. How they can exit? So either they can sell their stake to a competitor or another strategic buyer. They can sell the stake to competitor or any other strategic buyer. Yes. Or they can come up with an IPO. Yes. Or they can do the recapitalization. It means they are taking more debt, they are replacing their equity with debt, and they are taking their money back. Yes. They are selling their stake to any other private equity firm. Yes. So these are the different methods through which PE can exit from its investment. Okay. Again, why we are considering PE? Because there is a potential of very diversification. There is potential diversification benefit. Due diligence, तो हमें क्या क्या करना चाहिए? When we are investing in private equity funds, so we should look at fee structure, valuation methods, क्या क्या adopt कर रहे हैं, सब कुछ देखना चाहिए. Answer is yes. So this is related to private equity fund. See, nothing is going to come in very detail कि कैसे valuation होती है, अभी नहीं आएगा. Okay. So abhi the thing is that you understand the different concepts. Now again, there can be commodities. So there can be physical assets such as agricultural products, metals, oil, gas, raw material. So this is commodity. So commodity also provide us diversification benefit, and it is a very good tool against inflation. So how can we invest in commodities? We can invest in commodities either directly or through derivatives. So generally we invest through derivative product. So there are derivative product on what? There are derivative product on different, we can say, commodities. Or there can be exchange traded funds also. So for example, I hope you must have heard about gold ETF. Have you heard about it? Gold ETF?
Yes.
So what is exchange traded fund? It means the exchange. For example, if we talk about National Stock Exchange, they have created a fund. So though people are giving money to them and they buy gold. So we are not buying this gold physically, but we are buying a fund whose value is on the basis of gold only. So that kind of thing can be there. We can buy futures. It means derivatives only. So there in a commodity we can invest. Okay. So again, they are very good tool against inflation protection.
So ETFs are also there for indexes, ना? मतलब index का ETF. तो वो replicate कैसे करते हैं वो सारे stocks को? एक fund बना देते हैं.
देखिए, अब जैसे मान लीजिए, हाँ, उन्होंने एक फंड बनाया. So what happens? What is the portfolio of that fund? The portfolio of that fund is, for example, Nifty only. It means there is a fund which is managed by exchange, and what is the portfolio of this fund? The portfolio of this fund is exactly the portfolio which is there in Nifty. So logically think, for example, share A, share B, share C. Share A has 10% weightage in Nifty, share B has 5% weightage in Nifty. In this fund also, the shares have this much weightage. So ultimately they are replicating the performance. Answer is yes. Okay. So spot prices means we are talking about the physical commodity prices. So they are a function of supply and demand. Yes. So other we can say factors which affect global economics, production cost, storage cost, all these things. Now, if we talk about commodities future valuation. Commodities future valuation. So because you have not gone through the derivative for the time being, so let I just tell you. So what will happen here? See, futures price depend upon, for the time being, you can just learn this thing. Because you do not know what is future concept, you do not know anything for the time being. So it is spot price. It means physical market price. So how do we calculate the future price? This is spot price into 1 plus risk-free return plus storage cost. Minus convenience yield. So that person who buy the future, see, for example, I want to invest in this pen. I have two options. Either I can buy this pen physically. So logically think what happens. If I buy this pen physically, so my investment is involved. Okay, now to store it, I will have some storage costing also. But at the same time, if I have to receive any benefit from this pen, so I will receive it because now it is my asset. Now let I say, instead of buying this pen physically, I come to you and I say, okay, what you do? Let you do a contract with me and I will buy this pen after 3 months. So this pen has actually, on this pen, I have a right, but I will get this pen after 3 months. After 3 months, I will pay you money for this pen. So now what you will say? If I have to value this contract, what will happen? You will say, if अगर आपने इस पेन को आज खरीद लिया होता तो आपकी इन्वेस्टमेंट लगती, लेकिन आप ये पेन मुझसे 3 महीने के बाद खरीदोगे तो इन्वेस्टमेंट मेरी लग रही है। तो जो 3 मंथ्स का मैं इंटरेस्ट फोरगो करूंगा वो आप मुझे दो ना। सो दिस इज दिस रिस्क फ्री रिटर्न। मैं आपको बहुत सिंपल तरीके से समझाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं बिकॉज यू डू नॉट नो द कंसेप्ट ऑफ फ्यूचर्स एंड एनीथिंग, तो इजीली समझ आ जाए। तो वो क्या बोलेगा, वो कहेगा कि अभी कॉस्टिंग किसकी लगी है, माय कॉस्टिंग इज इन्वॉल्व, सो यू शुड पे अस फॉर दिस इंटरेस्ट कॉस्ट। क्योंकि अगर हमें पैसा आज मिल गया होता और ये पेन आप आज खरीद लेते तो इस पैसे को हम रिस्क फ्री इंटरेस्ट के ऊपर इन्वेस्ट कर सकते थे। फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने कहा ठीक है चलो आप ये ले लेना, फिर वो कहेंगे अभी अगर आपने ये पेन आज खरीद लिया होता तो ये पेन आपकी जिम्मेदारी बनती, आप ही स्टोरेज करते, इसका स्टोरेज कॉस्टिंग आपकी थी। अभी ये मेरे पास ही रहेगा 3 महीने तक, तो इसकी स्टोरेज कॉस्टिंग क्या होगी, स्टोरेज कॉस्टिंग हम उनकी लगेगी, तो वो कहेंगे हमें स्टोरेज के लिए भी पैसा दो। मैंने कहा ठीक है। फिर अब मैं क्या बोलूंगा, नाउ आई विल से कि ठीक है तुम्हारे ये कॉस्टिंग लगेगी, रिस्क फ्री रिटर्न तुम्हें चाहिए थी, ले ली तुमने, स्टोरेज कॉस्टिंग ले ली, लेकिन फॉर एग्जाम्पल देयर आर सम बेनिफिट्स, और जिसके पास ये होगा ये बेनिफिट उसी को मिलेंगे। मैं कहूंगा इफ आई वुड हैव इन्वेस्टेड इन दिस पेन टुडे, इफ आई वुड हैव टेकन दिस पेन टुडे, तो जो इसमें बेनिफिट मिलने थे अगले 3 महीने वो मुझे मिलेंगे, क्योंकि अब ये आपको मिल रहे हैं, तो जितने बेनिफिट इस पे मिलने थे उसको डिडक्ट भी तो करूंगा मैं। सो दैट इज कॉल्ड कन्वेंसेंट। So in this way, this future prices are determined. Is this point clear? Please. Janvi, is this clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Sahil?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is this. So now there is another concept. One is called contango and one is called backwardation. So if future price is greater than spot price, if future price is greater than spot price, then we call it as situation of contango. If future price is less than spot price, we call it as a situation of backwardation.
So this spot price is like आज का spot price ना, like 3 months पहले का spot price, right?
नहीं आज का
this is spot price after 3 months.
No, spot price today I am saying. Whenever we are just looking at it, तो हो सकता है कि ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट आज 3 महीने का, 1 महीना बीत गया, तो 1 महीने के बाद मैं देख रहा हूं कि व्हाट इज द फ्यूचर प्राइस ऑफ इट, व्हाट इज द स्पॉट प्राइस इट। तो जब भी मैं एनालाइज कर रहा हूं उसी टाइम की बात करिए। स्पॉट प्राइस मींस टुडेज प्राइस, फ्यूचर प्राइस इसका मतलब इस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट का आज प्राइस कितना है।
Okay.
Shania, is it fine?
Yes.
Okay. So this is contango and this only. Now Now we have another asset class that is called real estate. So what we can do, we can either buy residential properties or commercial properties, or what we can do, we can give loan to finance the property. Those people who want to buy the property, so I can give loan them. And what they say, okay, if we are not able to pay your money back, so that that property will belong to you. It means my interest depends upon that property only. There can be pool of mortgage also. So for example, just like we have mutual funds, so there can be what? There can be real estate investment trusts. So what happens? A lot of, for example, what is happening? Securities are, a fund is created. They are investing in different properties, so that अगर किसी प्रॉपर्टी की वैल्यू डाउन भी हो जाती है तो बाकी की तो ठीक रहेगी. So we can have that kind of pools also. तो हम लोग डायरेक्टली प्रॉपर्टी में सिंगल प्रॉपर्टी खरीद के भी इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं और इनडायरेक्ट भी कर सकते हैं, लिमिटेड पार्टनरशिप्स. So we learned the concept of limited partnerships. So it means I can invest in a fund as a limited partner and there will be general partners. So that thing we discussed yesterday. Now there is something called MBS or ABS, that is mortgage backed securities, asset backed securities. So you will learn them once you will come on to the debt. See, there are a lot of things which are interlinked. So it might happen many times that some word terminologies you have to just learn for the time being, and once you learn these topics in detail, so then ultimately you will have more idea about it. So what are the reasons why anyone would invest in real estate? Potential long-term returns, income rent, diversification.
Taxation also.
Yes.
Taxation का भी benefit.
So that is again आप इंडिया में बात कर सकते हैं.
हाँ, इंडिया में.
अभी हम टैक्सेशन उस कंपोनेंट की तो हमने टैक्सेशन किसी भी इंस्ट्रूमेंट का नहीं किया ना, तो इसीलिए तो जनरली अगर हम बात करते हैं इसलिए टैक्सेशन तो डेफिनेटली हम लोगों की बात करें तो we Indians do not want to pay any taxes basically. तो ये है, ये फैक्ट है. Okay, then so REITs are what? Real estate investment trust. Okay, so this is not very popular concept in India. This is not very popular concept in India, but there are 2-3 REITs which are operating in India. So let I just show you.
Mindspace का एक REIT है.
Yes. So there are, for the time being, only 2 REITs in India. And what you guys can do, you guys can read about them. So one is Embassy. This is the oldest one. So Embassy Office Park REITs. You can see.
Sir, in REITs we can buy 200 quantities ना, उससे less हम buy नहीं कर सकते exchanges पे.
वो उनकी specifications है, because I have not invested in REITs. So जो भी कुछ exchange बोलता है कि आपको minimum इतना खरीदना है, maximum इतना, तो उसके according खरीद सकते हैं. ठीक है. So other REIT, if I talk about, so yes, Mindspace, you were saying it correctly. So we have this Mindspace REITs. So there are 2 REITs. So you can just read them, that what properties they have. So what they have done, they have invested in different properties. So these investment trusts are getting income from there. Okay. So that is happening. So again, timberland and farmland also. So it also, we can say, is a part of property only. So for example, jungle खरीद लिए, जहाँ पर timber, you know, this is a kind of लकड़ी, तो उसकी farming, उसकी production है. फार्मलैंड खरीद लिया. Historically, real estate returns are highly correlated with global equity returns. So it means if we talk the relationship between equity and real estate, so they are highly correlated. Generally, they are highly correlated. But they are less correlated with global bond returns. They are less correlated with global bond returns. Okay, so we see how low correlation is there. So the construction method of real estate indexes may contribute to the low correlation with bond returns. So it means when we talk about index and when we are talking about real estate index, so if we compare that real estate index with the bond, so I might find that they have very low correlation. So again, when we invest in real estate, so what all things we have to look at? So economic factors, local market conditions, interest rates, property specific risks. So all that kind of things we should look at. So as I said, I can directly purchase, or I can take ownership solely, joint venture, limited partnership, funds. It means different persons have contributed to a fund. So there can be real estate investment trust if we talk about this. Okay, real estate corporation shares can be there. A company is created and the shares are based on that. So it means either as an equity or debt. So if we are investing as an equity, so the risk of the property lies with us. If we are investing as in debt, so what we get, we are giving money to those who actually invest in property. So our interest income depends upon their income, their rental income, or we can say price appreciation. Now, again, there is some more alternative investment that is called infrastructure. So infrastructure is long-lived asset. So generally they are built and operated by governments. Again, if we want to classify this infrastructure, there can be greenfield projects, there can be brownfield projects. So what do we mean by greenfield projects? It means assets to be built. What do we mean by brownfield projects? It means existing assets. So if assets are to be built, we call them as greenfield. If already existing assets are there, we call them a brownfield. Now, what is the problem with this infrastructure? Liquidity is low. So if we invest, so we cannot take out our ownership from there because they are long-lived assets and scale is also large. Okay. And other alternative investments might include collectibles like cars, wines, arts. So these are different type of alternative investment tools. Okay, so this thing we have already done. That is why anyone would include in alternative investment, because the primary focus is that they have low correlation. So we get diversification benefit. Okay, this hurdle rate thing we discussed yesterday. Yes, we discussed this yesterday. Now you can see it. Describe issues in valuing and calculating returns on all the different alternative investments. What are the problems when we do the valuation? So let me see. Hedge fund often invest in securities that are not actively traded and must estimate their values. and invest in securities that are illiquid relative to size of the hedge fund position. So it becomes very difficult. So generally hedge fund invest in what kind of things, so they invest in that kind of securities which are not highly tradable. Yes. Once we complete it, so actually there are only 2 more slides, and after that we have these questions. Then we will have a break because this alternative investment will be done. Then we will come on to the portfolio management. Okay. So so what happens? So they must estimate their values and invest in they invest in illiquid securities, so it becomes difficult to value them. This is the problem. If we talk about private equity portfolio, so how that private equity portfolio can be valued on the basis of comparables approach. What do we mean by comparables approach? So there is a valuation technique that is called relative valuation. And there is one technique that is called DCF valuation. In DCF valuation, what happens if we want to value something, we value it on the basis of the fundamentals of that company. For example, if I want to value Marico, Marico is a company, Marico Limited. If I want to value it, so what happens? I project the future cash flows of this Marico Limited. It means these cash flows are based on the fundamentals of this Marico Limited only, and we try to value. This is called DCF valuation. There is another approach that is relative valuation. So for example, again, I want to value this Marico Limited. There are other peer companies. For example, Bajaj Corporation. I'm just taking, let us say, this is a peer company. Let us say some more peer companies. If we talk about Marico,
Unilever,
ले लेते हैं, चलिए.
Dabur,
HUL ले लेते हैं.
Dabur.
Okay. So if I value this Marico Limited on the basis of peers, we call it as relative valuation. And that is basically comparables approach. So multiple based. It means what happens, we calculate the different multiples here. We calculate different ratios, and on the basis of that, we calculate it. You can see, so we can value on discounted cash flow approach, multiple based approach, or asset based approach. Asset based approach means asset minus liability. So commodity future, we have seen how can we value, we have seen the formula. Real estate property, again, we can value them on discount cash flow basis, or cost approach if we go to the market at what price it is available, or the income approach, how much income we can generate from this asset over a time period. So we can just find out the value of the property on the basis of that. So there are different approaches for different, you can say, alternative investments. So now there are certain ratios which we have to see how we look at them. So there is one concept called standard deviation. Standard deviation measures what? Total risk. There is one more thing, that is VAR. VAR means value at risk. What do we mean by value at risk? It means what can be the potential loss in a time period? What can be the maximum loss which can happen in a time period? So we call it as value at risk. एक time period में maximum कितना loss हो सकता है, उसको क्या बोलते हैं? Value at risk. Now there is something called Sharpe ratio. What do we mean by this Sharpe ratio? That is return on portfolio minus risk-free return divided by standard deviation. This is Sharpe ratio. Okay, what does it tells us? For 1 unit of risk, standard deviation is a measure of risk. For 1 unit of risk, how much risk premium we are earning? That is return minus risk-free return. How much risk premium we are earning? So logically tell me, for 1 unit of risk, if we are earning higher risk premium, that is better, or if we are earning lower risk premium, that is better?
Higher.
Higher. Sarthak, is it higher or lower? Harsh, higher or lower?
Sir, higher.
ओके देखिए क्या हो गया है, अब मुझे लगता है कि थोड़ा ओवर हो गया है कोई इश्यू नहीं है. So what we can do, guys, so let I take your point. So what we do, let we take a break. Okay, so then we shall continue. Then we shall continue with it. And once you will be doing the questions, I hope more or less you will be able to easily do these questions. So you will have some confidence. Yes, you have learned something. And this will happen because if we talk about this CFA curriculum is based, the base is that there are, you can say, hundreds and hundreds of concepts. So in every line you will find a new concept. Okay. So by the way, जानवी, यहाँ तक आपको क्लियर हुआ है चीजें?
हाँ सर.
हर्ष आपको?
Yes sir.
नंदनी?
Yes, sir.
याद करने में टाइम थोड़ा सा लगेगा, एक बार रिवीजन देंगे तब. सार्थक?
Yes sir.
शनाए? शनाए, इज इट डन? क्लियर होती है यहां तक चीजें? ओके, सो लेट वी बी बैक बाय 5:30. Everyone please be back by 5:30. Okay.
Okay sir.
Okay, sir.
So welcome back, friends.
Yes sir.
Yes.
I hope everyone is back.
Yes.
थोड़े फ्रेश हो गए हैं आप लोग?
Yes.
Okay. 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 So there are different tools to measure the risk. One is standard deviation. Then we can have variance. Variance is square of standard deviation. ये सब आएंगे अभी कैलकुलेशन में आ जाएंगी सब चीजें. Then we can have Sharpe ratio. So that is return on portfolio minus risk-free return divided by standard deviation. We can have value at risk. So higher the ratio, better it is. अब ये सब चीजें हर मॉड्यूल के अंदर अलग अलग जगह पर आपकी काफी बार आएंगी. Then we can have Sortino ratio. Sortino ratio is same, return on portfolio minus risk-free return, but instead of standard deviation, it takes downside deviation. देखिए, इसका मतलब नीचे जाने का कितना रिस्क है. स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन लेते हैं तो वो टोटल फ्लक्चुएशंस को रिकॉर्ड करता है, चाहे वो ऊपर जा रहा है चाहे वो नीचे जा रहा है. डाउनसाइड डेविएशन क्या करता है, सिर्फ नीचे जाने का जो रिस्क है उसको रिकॉर्ड करता है. सो व्हाट इज माय सॉर्टिनो रेशियो? दैट इज रिस्क प्रीमियम डिवाइड बाय डाउनसाइड डेविएशन. क्या ये पॉइंट क्लियर होता है? इज इट डन?
यस सर.
Please try all these 3 questions. I am giving 5 minutes to you. Don't tell the answers here. अपने आंसर्स अपने पास ही रखिएगा, जब डिस्कशन करेंगे तब आप बताना.
थर्ड वाले का ए है क्या सर?
अभी देखेंगे, सारे देखेंगे. Yes. So what is the answer for first question? Please write down everyone write down your answer in the chat box. What is the answer for question number 1? I am waiting for your replies. So first is C, that is correct. So if an investor fund of fund, so fund of fund is there, so fees would be higher, we know, because there is fees at 2 points. Returns, there is no as such guarantee that in case of fund returns are higher, but there will be more due diligence. So there is due diligence at 2 points. So answer is C. See, when we do these these questions, it is not always that we try to find out. Okay. It is not like that we always try to find out correct answer. We can also try to find out that what answers are wrong. So from there we can get. Is it fine? Is it done? Now, question 2. Yes, what is your answer? What is the answer for question number 2? Is it B? Question number 2. B. So Janvi has got B. Okay.
Sir, ये question ऐसे, हाँ, can you just show the rough calculation or something? Okay.
I will show it. A high watermark. So we discussed high watermark का मतलब क्या होता है? Of 150 pounds million were established 2 years ago, and for a British hedge fund, the end of year end value fees for last year was 140 pounds million. This year end, the value before fees is 155, the fund charges 2 is basically management fees, 2 on 20 like this if it is written, and 20 is basically incentive on the benefit. So we have to find out what? We have to find out that what is the total fees paid. Okay, so watermark is 150 million. So it means over 150 million, if anything is earned, so on that, what will happen? You can see here. So there is a management fees. Management fees is on what? 155 million, because it is specifically mentioned in this question that it will be charged on what? It will be charged on the closing balance. You can see management fees are paid independently of incentive fees and are calculated on year-end values. So yesterday when we did the questions, it was on opening, but here it is clearly specified that it is on end of year values. So what is end of year value? That is 155. So on 155, how much 2% will be the fee? Now, if we talk about the incentive fees, for incentive fees, the watermark is 150 million. So over 150 million, whatsoever is earned. So 5 million is earned. So on that, how much? 20%. So you can see here. So if we add these two, it becomes what? It becomes 4.1 million. Is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
Shania, is it fine?
Yes.
Okay.
I was just confused कि management fees we take it on 140 or 155.
So watermark is 150. So from management fee will be on 155 because it is clearly mentioned that it will be on year-end values. Now let me talk about the C. Diversification benefits from adding hedge fund to an equity portfolio may be limited because, so yes, we saw it that in case of financial crisis, there might be a possibility that they have positive kind of relationship, very high correlation instead of low correlation. So it is clearly A answer. Answer is A. Yes.
For question 3, the CM is also correct, no? Hedge funds tend to be better when global equity prices are
decreasing. They are saying portfolio may be limited. It means they are asking for the limitation. This is not limitation, this is benefit, the C part, if we say. Are you getting the point? They are saying diversification benefits from adding hedge funds to an equity portfolio may be limited. So they are saying it will be limited. So this is better.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
So this completes what? This completes this alternative investments. And friends, what I will do, most probably in the mid of this week, I will be sending some questions to you. What you do, you just revise this alternative investment. And in the mid of this particular week, I will be sending some questions to you. And please try all these questions. So we will try to prepare that particular subject as we complete it. Okay. And also, I think you all have certain other questions also. So how many of you have already enrolled?
Enrolled for what?
Enrolled for the CFA examination.
Oh, I'm planning to give this August.
Okay. No issue. Then I will be sharing some questions with you, and please try those questions. So as you do more and more questions, so the concept will be more and more clear. And again, as I am saying, that there in every line you will find that a question can be created. So if you do more and more questions, so ultimately more and more lines will be prepared. So that kind of strategy we use in case of CFA. Okay. So this completes this completes our this valuation, alternative investments.